I'm Nancy Norman with Weekly Wisdom. It is my belief that life should not be a battle or a struggle. So I was delighted when I came across a little book by Florence Scovel Shinn called The Game of Life and How to Play It. And as we all know, she told us that games have rules. And when we play the game by the rules, we have fun and we could be a winner. The same thing is true with life. There are rules or laws, spiritual, universal laws of life. And when we play by those laws, when we incorporate those spiritual laws in our life, then we can experience health, wealth, happiness, love, joy, you name it. And we can experience it because we're playing by the universal spiritual laws. Well, the very first chapter in Florence Scovel Shinn's book, The Game of Life and How to Play It, she talks about the law of giving and receiving. In the Bible, Jesus tells us that what we give, we receive. And he talks about planting a seed, and that seed will bring a harvest. So, biblically it says, as a man sows, so shall he reap. As you plant, you gain a harvest. As you give, it is returned to you. And I like to say that what we give out returns to us multiplied. Because just think for a moment about this. If you plant a little watermelon seed, in a number of weeks or days, you're going to get a huge watermelon from this little seed. You planted a seed. You gave. You sowed. And in a certain number of time, you harvested. You reaped. So what you give out returns to you multiplied. Returns to you multiplied. Well, I was delighted to know about these spiritual laws and to incorporate them in my life. You can also look at this law as the boomerang effect. How many of us have been maybe to the beach or to a park and seen a young person fling a boomerang into the air and it swirls around? At one point it turns around and comes back directly to the sender, directly to the sender. What we give, we receive, pressed down and overflowing in abundance. So the very first chapter, Florence Scovel Shinn says, whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. This means that whatever man sends out in word or deed will return to him. What he gives, he will receive. If we give hate, we will receive hate. If we give love, we will receive love. If we give criticism, we will receive criticism. If we lie, we will be lied to. If we cheat, we will be cheated. The law of cause and effect. The wonderful law of giving and receiving. What we plant, we do harvest. So last week, I asked you to be very aware of the dominant thoughts you were holding in mind and the dominant words you were speaking. And because thoughts and words are creative, that's part of the spiritual universal laws. Thoughts held in mind produce after their kind. Or another way of putting it, we can say energy follows thought. So I asked you to be aware of your thoughts and of your words, not just all of them, but the dominant thoughts and words, the ones you are holding in mind and speaking. Because in reality, we have so many thoughts going through our minds. It's estimated that we have over 50,000 thoughts a day going through this beautiful mind of ours. And you know what that is? That's 1.7 thought a second. 50,000 thoughts a day swirling through our minds. So the ones that are important are the ones that we're holding on to, the dominant thoughts. Did you notice? Are you aware of the thoughts that you're holding in mind, the words that you're speaking? Did you find that they're kind and loving and uplifting and encouraging, positive? Or did you find that your thoughts and words were critical, judgmental about yourself, about your family, your friends, the world at large, filled with judgment? Whatever it is so important for us to be vigilant and to clean up those thoughts and those words that are not positive and uplifting in every way. Because you see, we create our world by the thoughts we hold in mind and the words that we speak. Our thoughts and our words are creative. Energy follows thought. Thoughts held in mind produce after their kind. You know, we live in a magnificent, orderly universe, a magnificent, orderly world. And I loved the idea that the universe is always conspiring to bring me and to bring you your highest and best good. The universe is always conspiring to bring us our highest and best good. I want you to know that there is a divine plan for your life. And that divine plan is bigger and greater than what you ever thought was possible. There's a divine plan for you, and it wants to manifest in your life. I found that refreshing, and I want to share with you what Florence Scovel Shinn says in The Game of Life and How to Play It. There's a divine plan, but sometimes we don't know what that is. We haven't figured that out yet. And so Florence Scovel Shinn says that our highest demand is for the divine design of our life. We may not have the faintest conception of what it is, for there is possibly some marvelous talent hidden deep within each of us. Our demand should be, Infinite Spirit, open the way for the divine design of my life to manifest. Let the genius within me now be released. Let me see clearly the perfect plan. So if you don't know what that divine plan is, doesn't matter. God will show you the way. But you need to ask, Infinite Spirit, show me the way. Show me what the divine design is. And let that magnificent genius within me be released. And let me see clearly that divine design. So that divine plan includes health, wealth, happiness, and perfect self-expression. So when I was looking for what I was supposed to be doing, I lived with that idea. Infinite Spirit, open the way. Let the genius within me, let that come forth. I know it's there. And I lived with that idea. At the time, I was attending seminary, and I hadn't been back to school in a long time. And here I'd signed up for 2 years. 2 years of study. And I was wondering if I was capable. I was wondering if this is what I was really supposed to do. And then I found this wonderful thing again in The Game of Life and How to Play It. And this is an affirmation. I took that affirmation and I put it on my bathroom mirror. I wrote it out. I put it on my refrigerator. I kept it close to my heart. I slept with it. And this is the affirmation. I am fully equipped for the divine plan of my life. You are fully equipped for the divine plan in your life. Well, before too long, I kept affirming it and affirming it and affirming it. And before too long, all of a sudden, I had confidence. I went boldly forth to claim what was mine. Because I knew I wasn't alone, that God was with me. And you know what they say? One with God is a majority. I knew I was not alone. So this week, I encourage you to accept the idea that there is a divine plan for your life. And it is bigger, it is greater than what you ever dreamed. God bless you. Oh, and next week, we're going to start on the chapter of prosperity. So be sure and tune in. God bless you.